Hi, Katie.
How's it going?
I'm great. How are you?
Good. We are back, ladies' night, number 7. A
I
week
can't.
delayed.
A week delayed. Thank you for
Oh,
that. That was a Tracy Smith conflict, and so thank you for pivoting.
that's okay. Next month we have a Katie Rayner conflict, so we'll be a week delayed next month also.
We're just
So,
working through it, and the boys are picking up our pieces, so which
yeah,
is
they've been
awesome.
super flexible.
I,
So much has happened since like our last one,
I
five
mean, I
weeks
can't
ago.
believe it's like podcast number 7,
I know.
and
We've had,
every week's been unique and different.
yeah. And like since our last one, we've had Masters
Yes.
qualifying, we've had Open qualifying.
Yeah, let's segue because this is an open nationals sort of segment. We're going to come with a little bit different perspective. We could have come like different angles, honestly, because there's just so much talent that's risen to the top. I do want to talk about Masters because I would say most of the country has completed. I think there's still a few provinces
Yeah.
that are still remaining, but I just think it's really important to express a congratulations for those who have had some trial and tribulations to kind of make a master's team, and we see it all the time on Facebook. People who have maybe not, had the achievement that they were expecting to make a team, but then grateful that they did make a team. And then those who just like really went above and beyond and achieved maybe their highest level that they never have
Yeah.
before. So just wanted to congratulate everybody who's made those teams and are off to Newfoundland.
Yeah. I'm looking forward. I'll be there. I'll see you guys there. Can't
Congratulations.
wait.
Yeah, it's
So
big.
we will keep that going as we get closer to. But um, before we get into some of our open stuff, we have a whole bunch, basically a whole open themed show. Something else wrapped up this week, and that was Pro League. I'm just going to pull these up here. We finished Pro League, both divisions wrapped up on Sunday morning. So the way Pro League works, top 5 teams from each division are going to go into the playoffs. Um, Much to, I'm sure, many people's dismay, Cargill Division Dream Crushers were able to come out on top. Bombers were second. Misfits, Okanagan, and Heartland are all coming into the playoffs on that side. I
Yeah,
know
congratulations.
Sunday was a little bit shaky for your team, Tracy, but
Yeah, I think
you guys,
we definitely had, we put our best foot forward. I think what hurt us was that sixth frame against you
sixth
guys,
frame.
the
Yeah.
Dream Crushers. So I think if
Yeah,
we
because
would
we
have,
went back and forth the whole game. Yeah.
yeah, but that would have been fun. And then, even if we would have taken 5 or 6, it would have given us a bit of an outside chance. But all good. We're going to be fierce for next year.
Coming back swinging.
Carnage, but yeah, congratulations. That's amazing. And I'm sure the Kingpins were, really excited about the outcome of that.
Yeah, having to sit back and kind of watch to see how the points shook out.
Yeah.
Looking over at the home hardware division, Motor City Mayhem, they kind of have been at the top pretty much the whole way through. Holy Rollers from Grand Prairie made it in. Next Gen, even with that 615 point spread, they're in the playoffs. Toppler Roses and the Rock and Rollers out in Newfoundland. So,
Yeah, I want to say that for the most part, I would say that everybody's play this year was accelerated,
yeah,
right? The averages are crazy. The level of play was, unbelievable. So I just think, just the amplification of going to the 24 teams, I think was amazing. And then,
right.
teams that maybe you didn't expect to do very well actually did really well, right?
Yeah,
And so, and then teams that you expected to do really well didn't do well. So it's just a sort of even
yeah,
playing field depending on what you're up against. But
right. I
yeah,
know
it
Five Pin
was fun.
Universe. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know Five Pin Universe put their kind of what was the most surprising thing about Pro League on today, and one of the top ones was Quebec. Kind of people expected that team to just come out, and I feel like next year we're gonna see them perform to that standard that we were all kind of expecting to happen too.
Yeah. Second chance.
Second chance coming up.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a great
Yeah,
teardown.
yeah. So we are gonna pivot into some open stuff. We're gonna bring in our first guest, and she is gonna give us a little bit of a rundown of what to expect over with Open Nationals coming up in Edmonton.
Good
Hey,
evening.
how's it going, Jen?
Good, how are you ladies?
Good.
We're good. You're wearing your plaid. We're sporting a little bit of plaid background. Maybe talk to us a little bit about the inspiration behind the plaid.
That's definitely a big hint to our theme. Our theme is We're Plaid You Made It, because we are. We're Plaid You Made It to
Glad
Edmonton.
you're
Come
here.
see us.
That's
So
very
it's pretty
catchy.
much all plaid everything. So um,
Yeah,
we've
buckle
been
up.
working hard in the background here. We've got a good crew of people, as always, in Edmonton. We've got a few co-chairs, myself, Daryl, Tim, and Katie's been big help too. And then we've got a great crew of people. We're super excited to have everybody. Yeah,
Yeah, it's
Question:
yeah.
where did the slogan come? Like, we're plaid that you made it. Like, who thought of that? Where did the inspiration come from?
it just
Few
came to
few
us in a
cocktails.
meeting, I
Yeah.
think,
We
I
were
love
sitting
it.
yeah,
we
we were
were
sitting at a
throwing
meeting.
ideas around and the dad jokes just started flowing and then here comes our super corny theme we have going on here.
I love it. I've never seen a plaid theme,
Yeah.
which
We
is
kind of
awesome.
yeah, we figured it was kind of nice because people can easily pack for it. You don't really have to go out and buy something new. Most people have at least a plaid shirt or a plaid something. It can easily fit in a suitcase. You don't have to cart across the country something extravagant or crazy to wear for one night. So makes it easy for everyone. And
And then silly question, blue plaid because of Alberta?
right,
Of course.
Okay,
host
right. No,
province.
I'm not making
Yeah.
any assumptions, but yeah, so it
In
makes
my
sense. It's
mind, I
awesome.
hope each team shows up with a plaid version of their team colors. I think that would
Yeah,
be super cool to see people doing that, green for Saskatchewan and so on.
yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
with our theme, it is kind of a backyard barbecue theme. So our Tuesday night menu will be burgers and hot dogs and all the stuff that goes with the backyard barbecue, as well as a whole bunch of yard games that we're going to have kind of in stations around for us to hang out and do that. Um, I think Katie, you can talk about the plan for the rookies.
yeah. So with all of our first time bowlers, our rookies coming in with our backyard barbecue theme and all of the games, we figured it was an awesome time to just kind of have a little bit of a friendly competition amongst our rookies. You'll get a scorecard, play some games, get it going before we even get to the bowling lanes of having some time to compete with one another. And that's going to kind of kick off our starting event. The games will be around all week, so there'll be lots of times to play them in the hospitality room. Yeah, it's going to be
Yeah,
fun.
the hotel is ours, so we're gonna kind of have free reign. For the most part, there is something going on there on the Friday night, but bowling's going on anyway. We do have a hospitality room every night. We will be having $5 beers. Tim was awesome enough to work with Alley Cat Brewery, which is a local brewery in town
Wow.
here. So we're gonna have $5 beers, $5 drinks all week, not only at our opening and closing ceremonies, but also in our hospitality room each night.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, and
awesome.
then we've got dad jokes in our pockets just ready to like throw out to everybody all the time. If you've seen, I'll work on our merch store here. I've been posting some terrible dad jokes that I'm finding online that have they're not that funny at all, but it just goes with the theme. So we've been posting that a lot. It is closing on May the 4th, so make sure you get your orders in. There's sizing charts on the store as well, and if you have any questions, reach out to any of us here in Edmonton. We'll be happy to help you out.
Yeah.
Amazing. So two questions. The first question is like, what's around the hotel for people?
There is lots. I'm actually going to provide a list. I sat on Google one day and Googled a whole bunch of awesome restaurants in the area. If people are interested in going for team um, dinners afterwards, there's a lot in walking distance. There's liquor stores, grocery stores, kind of everything. It's kind of in a main sort of hub south kind of area of Edmonton. But I do have a really extensive list of great restaurants in the area that I'll provide for everybody at some point here.
It's awesome because it's a great platform to kind of share, right? If we've got, a large audience of 25 people. I don't even know how many people we've got, but
57 right now.
but
57.
larger audience. And then last question, how much were beers?
$5
$5. Yeah.
all
The
week.
$5 footlong. Both of
It's
us.
just like a reminder. I heard
Yeah.
it the first time, but I just wanted to make sure like that's awesome.
Yeah, we want you guys to come hang out. I know a lot of teams end up going to the liquor store and then hanging out in their rooms, but let's hang out and be friendly and be social with each other. Play some yard games in the hospitality room when we don't necessarily have an event going on. We don't
Tell
see
some
each other
dad
a lot.
jokes.
We didn't see each other a lot over COVID, so we're just glad
out.
you made it.
Yeah.
Jen, what are you most excited about? I
Oh,
mean, it's a
goodness.
lot of hard work, right? And so what are you most excited about?
I am really excited to see everybody. I was so anxious watching the provincial results to see who's coming to visit us. I'm excited for some people that we haven't had around to meet Mason because he'll be around a couple days. So,
Yeah.
it's been a long time since I was at a national myself. So, it's kind of excited to be around.
And we're excited for the balloon arch.
Oh, the balloon arch is just top of the list.
Love a good balloon arch.
Love a good balloon arch. Can't go wrong with that.
We downsized from a tunnel to an arch. So,
Yeah.
Couldn't afford the tunnel or yeah.
We tried to make
It
our
was a
own balloon
budget
arch
thing.
for Youth Challenge provincials to save money, and it didn't go so well. It became kind of a balloon smear on the wall. So we're hiring the big guns this time. The professionals are coming in. It's going to be a fantastic balloon arch.
Sounds
we luckily learned we
fabulous.
learned our lesson after one time. We didn't do it like multiple times to learn our lesson. It was one and done.
Yeah.
We're like, no,
One and done.
not doing that again.
So awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Any other surprises? I mean, you probably don't want to like throw it all out there, but
There is some surprises coming down the pipe here that we'll share kind of closer to the event. I've got a bunch of stuff in the
Big
works.
ones, yeah.
That we'll be posting on the C5 open page in the next few weeks here. So luckily we have a great group of people at Bradson Promotional that are going to be helping me with some stuff to post on our social media. So we'll be getting that out to everybody. So if you could go like that page, that would be great as well. Once I'm off here, I'll link a bunch of stuff for you guys in the chat there. And yeah, we're just super excited to have you guys.
Yeah. If you're
So-
not following the Facebook page yet, go to the C5 Open National Facebook page. Make sure you're following it. That's where all the information is going to be posted along the way. Any kind of updates and information leading up to the main event. And also, I thought I changed the ticker to say May 4th. May 4th is the deadline. I think I didn't press save. So
Yeah.
well, and honestly, too, the merch is like so unique and different. Like I haven't seen merch like that either in
Yeah.
all my years. So like that, is awesome that somebody could get something a little bit unique.
Yeah, and I mean, we've got a custom shirts by Johnny shirt as well on there that you can customize with your own name. That'll be kind of a memento, whether you wear it bowling or you want to hang it on your wall, then it's something special that you can have for the rest of your life.
Love that.
And we won't have a ton of merch available for sale at the event. So if
Yeah.
you're wanting to get open merch, you have to go pre-order it, have it, it'll be ready as soon as you get to the lanes or to registration on that opening days, but we won't be able to buy it at the lanes. So if you're kind of looking at it there, too late,
Yeah.
too late.
Yeah.
Really?
Pre-orders till March or May 4th. Sorry, May 4th.
People
May
have
4th,
1
yeah.
week,
Yeah.
1 week.
Yeah.
1 week countdown for your merch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's some fun, unique stuff there. So definitely go and take a look.
Yeah.
We're excited. We're super, super excited to have you guys.
It's
We're
awesome,
glad you're
Jen.
coming.
We're glad you're
Glad
coming.
you're coming.
Glad you're coming.
I
Get
love
ready
it.
for dad jokes. They're going to be nonstop. So we're ready for you.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
Thanks so
Awesome.
much, Jen, for coming and giving us kind of a lowdown of what's coming up in the next little while here in Edmonton. And we'll see you in a couple months.
Yeah. See you all
Yeah.
soon. Enjoy the rest of the podcast.
Thanks, Jen.
Bye. We have been, my group chat for Open Nationals has not stopped in weeks. So
I
it's
know
going to
you
be
were
good.
telling me like 50 or more a day.
Yeah, it's just
It's a
nonstop. There's
whole
so many
full-time
things going
job.
on and so many things in the works that are going to be really exciting to share with everybody once we can share it. So I just, yeah, stay tuned.
It just takes a whole team, hey,
It does,
to
yeah.
pull something off so significant. So good for you guys. You sound like you're doing really great. Obviously,
yeah.
there's probably some hard things that you guys still need to figure out, but it all comes together in the end. And honestly, people are just be happy to be together and bowling again. And we always seem to find ways to celebrate in this community.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Open Nationals, we have decided this week to kind of highlight some of the new faces that we're going to be seeing around the lane at the beginning of June. So we decided to kind of take a little bit of a different approach and bring in some faces that it's their first time coming up. So brand new to the Nationals.
I think it's pretty cool because, I mean, we could have really easily talked about people who've really worked hard and were successful and it made the team, and we'll still be able to celebrate those people in future podcasts. But it sometimes can be really intimidating if you've made your first team, and it obviously it's so much fun, and there's a lot of excitement behind being, a rookie. So we actually thought it would be really cool to kind of celebrate some of the women rookies of the year for the Open, and I'm actually really excited to talk to them in the next, 25 minutes.
Yeah. We'll bring our first group of ladies. We have Izzy Rodrigue from Ontario, Danielle Dubois from here in Alberta, Gabrielle Bovin from Quebec, and Michelle Flanagan from PEI. All right, should we just bring them right in?
Bring them in.
So, hey,
Yeah.
let's see. Okay. I missed it. There we go. There we go. We got it.
There's no rehearsal. We didn't rehearse this.
Clearly we didn't rehearse it.
There's no format, so be patient with us. But we're really grateful and appreciative to have you guys all in to kind of give us a little bit of an update on yourself. And Katie and I will kind of maybe share some of the questions. But first and foremost, congratulations. I cannot believe I'm saying congratulations to Danielle because I feel like she's a veteran in our sport. But I'm hoping that each one of you would be brave enough to maybe just do a little bit of an intro of yourself, maybe how long you've been bowling and what you've been looking forward to for your first Open National experience.
Izzy, do you want to start?
Oh, yeah, for sure. So this is my first Open Nationals, of course, but I've been to so many nationals as a kid, and seeing some of the contingency, it was so exciting to see that I'm going to be seeing some people that I haven't seen in so many years just because it's been so long in YBC Nationals. You never know who you're going to see, right? I've been bowling about 17 years now. I'm only 20, so I'm a bit just a little young to be going, I guess. I get bugged a lot for being this young, but I'm more than happy to be going. So excited for this ladies team to be going as well. So many people are deserving of it. I feel like my ladies team really picked me up for this provincials. I just could not figure out these lanes for the life of me.
Izzy, tell us who's on your team.
So I have Renee Laframboise, who's been to so many of these national events. I'm so excited to be going with her. I have Sarah Pierce. I have Brittany, Mel, and Tessa Kane. So I have a team of full rookies, except for Renee, which is so awesome because we're all going to be experiencing it for the first time.
Yeah, your team had a lot of rookies to choose from when I was going through the list.
We're really all rookies, and then Renee is just there telling us all what's going to be going down.
Yeah, holding down the fort. Amazing. Michelle, do you want to tell us a little bit about your...
Oh, okay. Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I've been bowling for 25 years, I think. I haven't always tried out for the Open. I think this is only my 6th year. But because we used to not send a ladies team, we'd only send a mix. It was a lot harder to make the team. But now that we have the ladies to make it, we have the ladies team now, and I did get pushed onto the mixed team this year. which I was really excited about. But I hear so many good things about the Open that I'm actually very excited to go this year just to experience it for myself.
Yeah. And who's on your team for the
And
mixed team this year?
oh, I have Albert Shepard and James Shepard. And then I have Tony. I can't remember his last name. He's also a rookie. And then Bev Campbell and Shakira Gallant are also rookies with me. So we have
Amazing.
4 rookies and 2 experienced bowlers, open bowlers, that I feel bad for them because we're all rookies.
It's
nice
going
to
to be
have.
awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice. Yeah. Gabriel.
Do you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
So like I'm 19, so it's my first year to do the Open. It's been like 15 years. I started playing when I was 4. Um, as a Quebec girl, like the qualification here, we need to like play like singles and then make a team of 6 girls. It was very stressful, and I know how I can play. I can be a good player, but like it was so stressful being there with so many girls that have been there to the Open before. I'm so excited to play with those girls. They are literally so amazing. Like I'm literally so happy and so grateful to be there.
What I love about what you just said, Gabrielle, is that it was stressful to make it, like
Yeah.
as an individual player on the team, because it actually shows like your passion for the sport and how important it was for you. And honestly, a lot of veterans in the game who have a lot of experience, who like you would be familiar with, even in your own province, there's a lot of depth in your province, but they likely feel the same way, which is really interesting to me. So whether, you know, you're a rookie and trying to make the team, or you're young and trying to make a team, it just shows how important the game is and the sport is for you, and you're going to have a fabulous time at Open Nationals.
Yes, I hope so.
That's awesome.
Danielle. How's
Well,
it going?
I have been bowling for a lot longer than Izzy's been alive. It's been like 28 years now I've been bowling. I have been bowling the Open since like 2015, so I have been around for a while, Tracy, you're right, and never quite made it at provincials. I started to think that maybe I was the problem, because I was on all these amazing teams with these amazing people. We'd go to provincials and just so I'm very happy to finally have made it after so many years of trying. So I'm very excited.
I mean, such a depth and talent, Daniel. I could talk about you forever because I've actually been on a team with you, and it was a beautiful experience, and I really enjoyed it. But like, tell us about your team, because your team's actually really special.
We have such a great team, and 4 out of 6 of us are the same this year as we were last year when we didn't bowl so great at provincial. So this year we've got Caitlin Ayub, Katie Hicks, got Brett Mapstone, Aaron Arndt, and Cody Steer. And Tim Wiseman is our coach.
Little rookie coach.
Yeah, didn't have a lot to choose from, so.
We should have had Tim on this podcast.
Yeah.
That would have taken us a whole down another road, right?
Oh yeah. He texted me last
Amazing.
night. How come I'm not on?
Yeah.
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 All good. Congratulations, you guys. I think it's really, really fun. Super excited for you all to have like your first experience. I don't know how we're on time because I haven't looked, Katie, but I do want to ask
Yeah,
another
we still have a little
question
bit.
for our guests, because I just think it's really important. Tell me what you enjoy about bowling.
The
Are we
people.
starting?
Oh, sorry. I'm just going for it.
Just go for it. Each
I love the
get-
people.
right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's I like that it's a very individual sport, but like it's so supportive and team oriented too. So it just has so many different like aspects of sport.
Right.
Especially
Agreed.
in Northern Ontario, just all the provincials, you pretty much see the same people all the time. You get a new person once in a while, but it just motivates you even more to go see those people once a year. Or if you get this special chance to go to nationals with them, it's just such a family experience up here.
Yeah.
It's a smaller community up there too, right? Like a lot of depth in bowling, and there's a lot of players up there, but it's smaller, it's tougher to get to, right? You guys are separated in some cases travel wise.
Absolutely. Like our provincials, we have to drive 12 hours some years to be going to.
Yeah, that makes it tougher too.
Gabrielle, what do you love
I
about
think
bowling?
um, when I have like a rough day or something like that, just being there and just play, it makes me so relaxed and so happy about it. Like since the day I start playing, I loved it and I still love it with all my heart. So I think it is.
Yeah. Michelle?
Definitely the people. The people that I get to go away with have known me since I was about maybe 13 years old. So they were able to watch me grow up, and now I get to go to a nationals with them and experience that. Especially John Walsh, who used to coach me as a kid in YBC. I get to watch him now at the national level where I knew he's won a national level before.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
Which is
definitely a veteran and a mentor in our game, right? Like we all know who he is. So, yeah, that totally
Yes.
makes sense. Yeah.
yeah. It's always cool when you get to play on teams with people who you kind of looked up to or you know have had such a great deal of success, and then you get to kind of be on the lanes and learning from them and becoming friends with them. They're not just like this person you put up on a pedestal and you watch in awe. You get to kind of be with them, which is nice, right?
Tracy was actually one of
Yes.
those people for me. So
Oh,
when I got to
Tracy's
play
one of
with
those
you, it
people
was
for
like
all
a
of
really
us.
special year for
okay,
me.
I got the Kleenex. It's all good. Aw. I mean, can you guys all do me a bit of a favor when you get to nationals? Can you make sure that you take some time for each other? Maybe enjoy a drink or a conversation with each other. I mean, that's the whole premise of us trying to do, this rookie podcast. It's like to give back and create new friendships across the country. So if we can make that little pack right now, that would be amazing.
Yeah.
Of course.
Love it.
I have one more question. Are you ready to represent your provinces in the backyard rookie games?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Definitely yes.
It's competitive.
Good. That's what I'm looking for. Well, we can't wait to host all of you guys here in Edmonton. I know, like, I'm looking forward. I'll be there greeting people when they get in from the airport. So I can't wait to see you all in person. And yeah, good luck with the rest of your season before you come out.
Good luck,
Glad you made
everyone.
Thank you
Yeah.
very much.
Thank you so much.
Wishing you so
Thank
much
you.
fun.
Thanks
Bye.
for coming on, guys. All right. That's group one. We still have a whole nother group.
Yeah. One was love with all my heart.
Yeah. I just,
I love that.
I know. I know.
Wrote it down. Yeah.
Our next group of four coming in. They're a little bit more, well, I guess not quite all from the West, but we have Kaylin Collins from BC, Kelly Smith from Manitoba, Adriana Roque from Northern Ontario, and Shelley, oh no, Stows now? She's going to have to tell us her last name when she
Please.
comes on. Also
Please help
from
us.
BC. I usually am pretty good. Like, I had that Harris Simchuk thing, so I was good for a while, but like,
Tongue tied. Yeah.
tongue-tied, yeah. All right, let's bring them in. Hi, guys.
Hello, ladies.
Wow.
I'm
How's
hearing
it
some
going?
background noise.
Probably from Kaylin at the bowling alley, but we'll make it work.
Could be me at the bowling alley.
Oh, okay, fair.
All good. Sorry for that. Shelley, I'm a good fan of a photo with a heart image in it. So thank you for your photo that you gave.
Actually, that photo is wearing a shirt in support of one of our bowlers that is fighting cancer. So shout
Even
out
love-
to Shelly Kuprick. She's kicking, well, Shelly Monday now. She's kicking it hard.
Okay, our thoughts are
amazing.
with her actually, and we will think and pray for her for sure.
Yeah.
Thanks for sharing.
Welcome to our rookie night, ladies.
How fun is this? The new faces of the 2023 Open Nationals. Hoping that you guys will be brave and open enough to maybe talk a little bit about your personal journey to make the Open team. Would love to know how long you've been bowling. This is like kind of like an introduction to the community, obviously. How long you've been bowling, maybe tell us a little bit about the fun that you had at Open Provincials to make it to Nationals and what you're looking forward to.
Kaylin, why don't you
questions.
start us off?
Sure, why not? Yeah, been bowling almost 30 years now, and then ended up switching gears a little bit in the past few years, mainly not giving up on the bowling side of things, but life took me kind of in a different position here, so focusing more on the coaching side of things now. So ended up completing my competitive evaluation there, I think the week prior to our zone roll-offs, and then kind of had it in my mind as the roll-offs were going on, and I was kind of seeing where things were shaking out for our ladies team, and our ladies team ended up being like 3 of the girls that I ended up bowling YBC with. One of them is one of my best friends, and then 2 of them I grew up watching, and like you say, putting those other 2 on a pedestal for so many years. And I remember telling my husband, I'm like, that's the team I want. I'm like, I'm holding out for them. Hopefully they ask. And then after lots of back and forth, got the call, and here we are. So off to Nationals after a very exciting ladder run.
Congratulations. I mean, giving back to like the coaching level is amazing. Tell us a little bit about the team.
We have got 4 of our 6 players are rookies. We've got Yvonne Walker, who is a national champion at the Open for singles division. We have also got Ashley Davey on our team, who was a back-to-back singles representative for us in BC. So, and then Jessie Buchanan, who's been around the game forever and is finally getting to make her national debut as well. So, and then we've got Shelly Stouche now, who's with us tonight too. So it's going to be great.
So now we know how to pronounce her last name
Yeah, sure.
because we struggled with it, and we
I watched,
apologize,
I
Shelley.
watched
So you're like, oh my goodness. But now we know. We were going to ask you, but now we know. Sounds like a phenomenal team.
I couldn't have gotten any luckier. I couldn't have picked 6 better if I tried. It was great.
Yeah, I love it.
Amazing. What about you, Kelly?
Yeah, so I've been bowling for about 15 years now. I've had some success in YBC, and I ended up taking a couple years off just because of COVID. All the restrictions, slipping, flopping is not a fan of that, and I ended up missing out on a national that me and my partner made, and it kind of broke my heart a little bit. So I took a couple years off. This is my first year back. First year I tried out for the Open, and we do things a little differently. We bowl as singles and qualify top 4 step ladder, and then top 6 is team, and then the 7, 8, 9 is on the mixed team. I ended up qualifying first, played against some great ladies in the step ladder, and I get to bowl on a team with them as well as play singles. So I'm pretty excited.
Kelly, your team, like that's like you're in an amazing province and I have a ton of friends there, but tell us about your team.
Yeah, so we have 4 rookies as well. Andrea Alalka, I know her as Pabla, so don't hate me on that.
Right.
Linda Orn, Brooke Goulet. I actually played with Brooke a few times in YBC. Belle Lorenko, and then Kathy McPhee from out of town here. So I know 4 to 5 really well. I look forward to getting to know Kathy, and I'm looking forward to it.
For the most part, you got a veteran in Linda, has been around forever, and
Oh, yeah.
probably a lot of us would consider a Hall of Famer and an all-star for sure. She's clutch on a team. And then Kathy, I know, plays a lot of WCBT events, which is amazing. And like, you guys should do really, really well.
Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm excited to play with them.
Well, congratulations too for like winning.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's a big deal. Congrats.
Adriana, so it has come to my attention in the chat, I mixed up the Ontarios.
Yeah.
So I blame Greg and Mitch because I had them in a group chat together and they were both like coming at me. And so
So this is Southern Ontario.
Yeah.
Southern Ontario. Yeah.
Got it?
Southern Ontario.
Okay, so I've been bowling for I think like 25-ish years. I took kind of a break after college, but then I came back after that. What else are we talking about? Sorry.
Just tell us a little bit about your team and how
Okay.
provincials went. And
Provincials was okay for me personally. Like I did take the first day. I took like a good amount of points. The second day, not so much. But it was fine. You know, the team got it together, so it was great. So on my team, I have Mike Becker, Ian Gavell, Hunter Cameron, Maria Hispanic, and Katie Frank. So Maria and I have been bowling together since we were like kids. We actually won 4-step nationals when we were like 13 years old. So this is like my first national since then. So I'm slightly stressed, but I'm sure it'll be great.
amazing.
But yeah, I think most of the people on our team are rookies, other than I think Ian, and then Casey Schwemlin is our coach, and I think she's been before as a coach as well.
I will tell you, at any level, doesn't matter, first year, 20 years, doesn't matter. It's only the first ball that will make you super nervous, and then after that first ball's thrown, you're just going to thrive.
You're just going to
Hope so.
cruise.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. So tell us what you took in college.
I actually took sport management,
Very
and
nice.
I worked with the Blue Jays for a little while, and then I worked in recreation a lot, and now I'm working actually for the Girl Guide, so kind of using it, but yeah.
That's
Still,
awesome.
Yeah, fun.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And Shelly,
Yeah, I'm probably the oldest rookie coming. Right, Caitlin? I've been bowling for about 25 years, and I've been coaching for the same amount of time. I'm actually just preparing to go to the YBC Nationals as a singles coach. Our team is phenomenal ladies, usually ones I'm bowling against, but having to get to bowl with them is amazing, and it was a big dogfight to crawl that ladder from the bottom up. So excited to see what we can do for sure.
That's amazing. Always be proud of being the older one on the team. Right? I'm older too, so that's amazing. 25 years as a coach too, like just giving back to the bowling community. That's big, big responsible work.
Yeah, it's fun. I enjoy it.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
that's awesome. And then what are you looking forward to? Because obviously you're on
Actually,
an
I'm
amazing
looking
team.
forward to the competition. You know, I used to bowl TSN and when CBC was around, but since then, having children of my own, Easter was just never a good time for me to play. So
Yeah, it
hence
does
why
take.
I'm the old rookie.
And what it does, kids do take you away from the game, right?
Yeah.
Like it's a legit, it's a legit thing. Talking about coaching, maybe last question for everyone, but obviously you've been mentored and you've had coaching in your life. But is there a coaching mentor that you've looked up to during your tenure in bowling?
Kayla.
Anyone?
Yeah, actually, fun fact for you ladies, Shelly used to coach me at our BC bowling school. So then roles have reversed. So I always looked up to Shelly as a coach and a competitor. So she's definitely on the list for me. My grandmother and my dad, same thing. They were very important at that stage of my life when I was in YBC. So yeah, there's been a few for sure.
Yeah. Kelly, did you have anybody?
Yeah, so in YBC in my early years, I'd say Sandy Anderson was a big person for me. She ended up being my first singles coach. I remember the very first practice, I used to have a really big backup. I threw one ball, she goes, "Wow, we got work to do." Um, yeah, but I've always looked up to her as a competitor and as a coach, and we get to work with Jim, her husband, for the Open Nationals. I'm really looking forward to that. And then my dad and I, bowling is our thing. We do it absolutely everything about bowling together. I don't know if I'd recommend him coaching everybody, but he's seen me almost throw thousands and thousands and thousands of balls. So him and I work well together.
Right. Makes sense. Shelly, did you have anybody?
I didn't really start bowling till I think I already had children actually at the time. So as an adult mentor, yes, I do have a best friend who used to own the lanes here in Castlegar. His name is Roland Hanley. He actually is the first one that kind of got me away from pin bowling to spot bowling, and it kind of took off from there.
Love.
And Adriana, do you have anybody?
Yeah, so mine is actually Rael Champagne, and he was my coach for that nationals team back in 2005, and he really, I think, actually wanted to like probably murder me a lot, but he was honestly the best coach, and he actually passed away this year, so it's been very tough to go to tournaments and not see him there, but probably him. His best.
Yeah, it's always tough when we lose those people that are staples at tournaments that we've seen everywhere, and then
yeah, it's a big loss. Sorry for your loss. That's a big one, and I think it makes us really humble and realize like what people in the game have meant to us, right? We've all got somebody or somebodies, right? Like we've all got those people. So Shelly, you should be really proud that you're somebody's mentor, and that you'll continue to be someone's mentor for coaching, and just obviously as a human being. And we all love the Sandy Andersons in the game, and like I said, we've all got it's the dads in our lives, right? We've all got our people. So thank you for sharing.
Yeah, I have to say, Kaylin, I found it really interesting when you said that your team has like people you played with, and then like your best friend. Because that's very similar now to like the Alberta team.
It is,
right?
yeah.
Des and I made youth nationals together back like 100 years ago, and then now she doesn't play anymore, but she's kind of transitioned into that coaching side, and so we're lucky to have her.
Very neat, yeah. Jessie Buchanan and I had a lot of silver medals in YBC growing up together, and she came up to me in the last game of the ladder there, and she's like, "I'm not winning another silver with you."
Not doing it.
It was perfect. It was great. But yeah, no, it's a special team for sure. Very much like the Alberta team right now. Just lots of really close, tight-knit people. So
yeah, that's amazing. And same question. Are you guys ready to represent Rookie Games? Backyard, ladder toss.
Hell yeah.
Cornhole.
We're ready.
Fiercely.
Yeah, we're mean and beastly, so you better watch it.
True.
I look forward to seeing who's going to be the cornhole winner of the event.
Yeah. Me too. I
if
wish
that
it was
is a
me,
sport
but like
at
I
the
guess I
Open.
can't have a score sheet and like
No.
compete, but I'll be looking.
That's amazing. Ladies, enjoy. Like, it's going to be awesome. Enjoy the whole experience from start to finish, and look forward to seeing the results.
Yeah, come have a $5 beer.
Oh, Kaylin, well, don't worry.
Both probably will need one. All right. Thank you guys so much for coming on, and we will see you in a couple months at Nationals.
Thanks, ladies.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Bye, everyone.
There's so much talent coming to Nationals.
I mean, really enjoy like the meeting of the people and what they're excited for, and like hopefully it can stir up some things for people who maybe have had some challenges in their games. Just a fresh reminder that that we all once were there, right? And
started somewhere. Yeah,
new faces
and
of the game.
there were so many people to choose from when I was pulling names. Like we had maybe even another 8 ladies that could have come on, not even counting all of the men rookies that also qualified. Like there is so many first timers coming this year. So it's going to be nice to have some fresh faces and new perspectives and humor and
Yeah,
everything.
thanks for arranging that. I really enjoyed that.
Yeah. All right. We can kind of transition now into our resident coach. I saw her jump in the background, so let's bring her in. Hey, Des.
Hello. How's it
How's
going?
it going? Good.
Good.
Coach of the year. I always say if you got Des on your team, there's an unfair advantage
What?
because you're so talented, and it's the work you do with the girls. It's all this work we've been talking about in each and every podcast. It does not go unnoticed. That work and commitment that you've been talking to us, in these ongoing podcasts, obviously translate down to the work that you're doing with that Edmonton team. And I truly believe, like, just your coaching techniques right now, like, I just think there's so much value.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. That means a lot coming from you.
I can
Yeah.
definitely speak firsthand. Chinook
Yeah.
ate me up, and
Yeah.
we had some breaks as a team, and Des just was like the glue that held everything together on the lane. So it was
Makes
nice
sense.
to have her.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
Thanks, Katie.
Yeah. We're doing something a little different.
Yeah, I love
Question and
it.
answers.
Yeah.
Q&A.
Yeah. So I would just like to take a moment really quick before we start with the other questions tonight, and just address one thing. This is something that I have been asked many times over the years. So I'm going to answer it like once and once only, and then we can move on. And that has to do with picking one bowler over another. So regardless of what my personal, family, or friendship relationship may be with any bowler, it does not impact the way that I coach or what I do or how I pick things. And to be asked to blindly pick one bowler over another is just something that I will never do because there is no context there. If we had a scenario where I could then look at it and say, who is best fit to this scenario, then I could absolutely pick a name. But to just pick a bowler and say like Katie over Tracy or Brad over Ty or Jenna over Julie or something like that, it's not fair because it has nothing to do with the athlete's talent, their skill set. It has to do with playing favorites or who you like better, and that has no place in my coaching anyways. And so it's just something that it really goes against what I believe in and what I do, and so it's not something that I'm going to participate in. So that's a question that I will never answer.
I mean,
Fair.
thank you for sharing and having a little bit of a voice around that, because obviously that's maybe something that you've had to face, maybe those questions, and I think it's good that we're actually talking about it. I know that we have a list of questions, but of course sometimes I can't help myself and I've got to ask a question.
That's okay.
so-
You just jump in when you can.
I apologize for that, but sometimes I can't contain myself and I want to get it in. I'm sure that you are learning every day, right? In terms of the evolution of coaching. We know you do the figure skating and you're really invested in our sport, in our community. My question for you, Des, is like, what are maybe 1 or 3 things that you've learned this year?
Put her on
Ooh,
the
that's
spot.
a good one. I know. I'm like, oh, that's a good one. Okay.
It could just be one thing, but
Um,
like something that maybe took you by surprise because you've got like a little bit of a coaching protocol, and
I
the way
do.
that you approach the game is unique and different, and I'm inspired by it personally. But there has to be a few things that maybe you've learned this year, because you've coached provincials, you're coaching YBC. So I just love to know maybe what that might be.
Yeah, I think so. For me, there's 2 kind of big ones this year, and they both play into each other a little bit. So you can look at your lineup of teams, and you generally have, okay, this person is going to be my leadoff, and this person's going to be my anchor, and you kind of know those go-to spots with the players that you have and where you want them to be. And between next gen and our changing roster of the bowlers that we had coming in,
Yeah.
and with my open ladies team this year, I was in a position where I felt like I had quite a few players who could have played either spot. And so trying to figure out how I wanted them to be able to feed off of one another, who was going to feel most comfortable playing where, and how to put that together. I had, and Katie can attest this, I had a lineup all set and ready to go. And we went to practice with it, and I was like, so I think we're going to try something a little bit different. And it just like, I was so set in what I was going to do. And I was like, this is what I'm doing. This is what it's going to be. It's going to be great. And then we got on the lanes, and like, it was maybe not so great, Katie.
It wasn't it.
It was not it, right? And so I had to really try and like adapt and then figure out, okay, the things, like I still knew the points that I wanted to hit within my lineup and how I wanted the energy to flow and feed off of each other, but I had to adapt and change. And for me, I'm very A-type, I'm very OCD and a little bit anal about things. And so change for me when I have things set it can be hard and difficult for me. And so I feel like this year for me, it was a year of learning how to adapt and change and be able to make decisions a little bit more on the fly than what I've had to in previous years.
Do you feel like you reaped some of the rewards of that adaptability and quickness?
I think so. And anyone that came to the Open, this is the one that I'm going to use. We had Maddie on the bench, and I remember thinking to myself, like, okay, am I doing this? Like, yeah, I think I am. I'm doing it. But I had this feeling, and I've known Maddie since she was a youth bowler, and I was like, I'm going to try it. Like, I want to try it, and I want to see. But it was a very much spur of the moment kind of decision when I looked where we were at, and I wanted to have a backup plan that I could go to. And yeah, it worked.
For anybody who did not see, I threw a stellar 43 in 4 frames, and then Maddie came off the bench to throw 8 in a row to finish the game and saved my butt. So she was a freight train off the bench.
Yeah.
Do we have,
do
we have a nickname for Maddie now? Or?
Unreal.
Yeah.
Freight train.
Yeah, we call her Freight Train.
Train. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
And but that was probably the biggest one, because that was nowhere in the back of my mind ever at any point until we got to Chinook and I seen how everyone was playing and kind of how the lanes were and how Maddie's ball was moving, and it just kind of all the stars aligned, come together, I'm going to call it. And it was like, okay, yeah, we're going to do this. Let's try it. And I mean, it was great. She was amazing.
Yeah. It was fantastic.
Awesome. Q&A?
Q&A.
Let's do it.
We had so many people submit questions that we for sure cannot get to all of them today, but maybe we'll save some of them in the background for a future segment at some point. One of the questions that somebody asked was, what's the best way to get into coaching, especially like if you're not playing leagues of your own? I know this kind of applies to you because you're also not playing leagues of your own, but you are heavily involved in the coaching side. So how is the best way?
So I would say the best place to start is definitely your YBC program. So whatever you have around you, go in and just see, because the commitment level is a lot less, I'm going to say, than when you're trying to run practices and maybe you wanted to do the challenge and you want to do the Open, and like there's so many things. And I know even for me, sometimes I struggle with that balance to figure out where I need to put my time and energy to. But your YBC program is the greatest resource you're going to have. You have coaches there that you can mentor from. If you go in and talk to whoever your YBC coordinator is and say you work like a shift and you're like, I don't know if I can make it there every Saturday, we're all volunteers. And so I think looking to have someone come in and say, can I come in once a month? I just want to be down on the lanes and kind of get a feel for it and see if this is something I really want to do. And if you really like it and you're enjoying it, then I would say the next step is to look at taking your intro to competition or community coach, whatever they call that one now, the level 1, so that you have the technical background to be able to start building off that and learning from what you see, the athletes that you have there, and of course the coaches that are already in that program to really build a foundation.
Amazing. Yeah. And I know so many programs are looking for coaches. Like they're always looking for coaches to come down on the lanes and
and
help
even
support
for
the
me,
kids.
like you had said, like when I first started coaching, I was not bowling at all. I was actually living in Grand Prairie at the time, and I was driving back and forth between the city every 2 weeks to kind of see my family in that. And it just became a way that I could spend time with my family on the lanes, and I loved what I ended up doing with it. So it evolved into way more. And then all of a sudden I was driving down every weekend, and I was there Saturdays and I was there Sundays, and then we'd have a practice on Thursdays. And like all of a sudden I was at the bowling alley more than I ever had when I bowled. So like, I don't know how it snowballed into that, but there I was, 5 days a week at the lanes. But really I went down to be there, Saturday mornings for YBC for a couple hours.
Right.
Yeah, your family is incredible, right? A family of bowlers. Another question from Saskatchewan, Jackie Treble. She asks, what kind of drills do you recommend in practice?
I love this question because whenever I work with somebody new and they go, okay, we're going to practice. And if they beat me to the lanes or I'm coming in from skating or something like that, I show up and 90% of the time they have the computer on and they're bowling a game. And like, that's great. I think there's a time and a place for game practice. But for me, the biggest thing is drills and being able to nail down those skills that you're going to have to use in a game situation and in a game or in YBC on Saturday mornings, like that is not really the time to practice those things because you don't have the wiggle room to start playing around with stuff, right? You're in a different focus. So the biggest one that I do is a middle percentage hit. And that's where, for me, you're going to see your average go up the most. So if you can increase it from wherever you're at, say you throw 10 shots to the middle and you're 6, so you're 60% on the middle. It doesn't matter if it's a head pin or corner pin or chop off, whatever it is, just get the ball to the middle because that's where we need to be. And that's the biggest starting point. Once we get that, then we can move into, okay, the spare shots. And anyone that has had me as a coach know that I harp on spare shots. Katie, 2 pins, you know, well, actually my whole open team. Yeah, we're going to talk about our 2 pins, but like, you know, it's just something that I really believe in. And I've always said, you know, spare shots are huge and you need them to fill in the gap when you're not able to run those 5 or 6 strikes in a row or whatever it is, or maybe you're struggling. So yeah, definitely middle shots, working on that middle percentage. And I do just, you know, 10 shots on the middle. Out of 10, how many did you hit? And we'll work on that over and over. And we'll make little adjustments if we need to see if we can increase that number. And then once we're confident with that, we'll move on to spare shots. And I do everything from like left 3-2, right 3-2, just left 2 pin, just right 2 pin. Like I work on it all.
I'm going to take this maybe to a deeper level.
Yeah.
Because I love this, but like the accuracy piece, which I get, person who's struggling with accuracy and lower strike percentage, what would you recommend for some of those tweaks?
So lower strike percentage. So I would be looking to see, are you hitting in the pocket? Is the ball moving? Are you hitting really thick? Are you just hanging corner pins all the time? Like what is it that is stopping us from getting to that strike percentage? Is it that you're hitting the middle and you're getting tough breaks? Or are you just missing the middle completely? So if we're missing the middle completely, then obviously we're looking at, for me, timing, body mechanics, how your body is moving. Is everything moving as it should be? Do we need to adjust, you know, maybe we're going from a 3-step to a 2-step or a 4-step. I'm not set into that. It has to be, you know, 3 steps, 1, 2, 3, throw the ball. Like, I think depending on your body, it can really change. And for me, that's something I think I do a little bit differently because I am trained in biomechanics. And so it's just figuring out what's going to work best for you. So making small adjustments on the lane to get into the pocket so we're not hitting as thick, or what we need to do to have the push through the pins a little bit more.
Right. So speaking a little bit to, you're kind of talking about adjustments, that leads into our next question. Russell was asking, he sees lots of bowlers and people out there, and like I see it all the time, that have different opinions about like ball changes. So when you're hitting the middle, but you're punching a lot, is your next go-to move, is it we're moving your spot on the lane? Are you moving your feet? Are you changing balls completely because it can't possibly be myself? What is like your kind of philosophy on that?
Yeah, well, obviously, I think all of us do it, and I included did it as a bowler. It's clearly not your fault. It is always the ball, or something, right? So you're like, hey, I'm missing the middle, I'm doing this, I'm going to ball change. It's a magic fix, it's a Band-Aid, it cures everything, right?
Yeah.
So I have 2 kind of sides to this. So I think if you have a very strong technical background and you are making a ball change for a reason that you know what you're trying to achieve with it, then making a ball change is a completely acceptable thing to do. But a lot of the time people use a ball change as a mental reset because it's not them, it is the bowling ball, right? And then when that doesn't work, then you're still frustrated and you're like, well, gee, now I don't know what to do. So I might as well try this other line. And then, you know, the third set of bowling balls come out. And so, for example, I have in the past looked at a bowler and been like, you know what, we're hanging a lot of 2 pins. There's not a lot of action. It's just not reacting the way that I want it to react. So let's do a ball change to something that has a little bit more rubber in it. See if we can get a little bit more reaction through the pins. But I know exactly why I'm asking for that ball change. And it generally has nothing to do with, you know, you're missing the middle, so we're going to use a ball change. Or maybe your ball isn't moving enough and you're hitting really, really thick. So someone who has a star line as a backup, say, right? You're punching and you can't get into the pocket, and you've tried making the small adjustment with your feet, then ball change. But understanding that there has to be a reason why you're doing it, and not just for that mental reset. I have in the past, like I've used it as a last resort, right? Like I'll say, okay, well, try ball change, right? But at that point, I have exhausted okay, let's try the physical technical changes on the lane first. And if that doesn't work, then I can tell that your frustration level, and we've talked about this with those like energy numbers, you are beyond where I can get you back down to like a rational mindset. And so if changing your balls is going to make you feel better, then by all means change your bowling balls, and then we're probably still going to have to make a few adjustments because you're still going to be missing the middle.
At Provincials, Des took away my bowling balls.
I did.
She put me on house balls.
I love the little stories. That's awesome. Time for one more question, Katie? Or
we probably have one more.
Yeah, okay. Maybe we do a question from your brother.
Okay.
Says, if you could give your younger coach self a piece of advice, what would it be?
I think what I would say to my younger coach self would be to believe in what I was doing a little bit earlier. I originally, when I started coaching, was trying to go up against what I knew from my other sports and what I believed in, and how to incorporate that into a bowling coaching situation that has not changed in a lot of years. And I knew that what I was doing was different, and it was not going to be as well received by everybody because it was new and it was different. And so I think just, you know, not being afraid to push those boundaries and want change and be able to back it up with a reason as to why I was doing it. And now I think I've come into, with the success that I've had, when people ask me, I'm very confident in the reasons why I do things or how I'm doing things. And I don't question it. And if someone doesn't like it or they have a different opinion, that is totally fine. But it doesn't change what I think or how I do things. I'm still going to use my system and do what I do. And I think if I had started that maybe a little bit sooner, maybe there would be some different outcomes for other things. But yeah, just having the confidence to believe in what I was doing when I first started.
For sure.
Love that.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's advice.
I love this Q&A.
Me too.
We're going to have to
really
save
like
some of these questions.
Yeah,
There's like a whole bunch more
Yeah.
that we're not even going to get to, but we're going to
Yeah.
have to save them and bring them out again at another time.
Yeah, I was so blown away actually when I, like, you know, Katie would send me little screenshots of the questions that were coming in. I'm like, oh, we have more? Oh, we have more? Like, I couldn't believe the amount of questions. And I really do like it. So yeah, I think we definitely need to try and include this as we go forward into, you know,
Even maybe
some of
one
the
a week.
shows.
Just we'll
Yeah, something like that.
one
We can end with
question.
a
We'll
Q&A
keep
or something.
stockpiling them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thanks so much for coming on and answering all those questions, Des, and we'll see you next month.
Yeah, sounds good.
Thank you, Des.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye.
All right. We are almost there. Our next guest. I see she's ready to go too. Everybody's been like on time today.
That
We're
makes your job
rocking it.
easy, right?
I'm like, no background trying to track people down. It's awesome.
It's amazing. Fun.
All right. We can bring her in and just move right into a quick update on Diamond Lady Classic. Diamond Classic ladies?
You better get that right.
We better get that right. Stacy will tell us all about it.
She will.
Hi.
What is it?
Hi,
Tell
Stace.
us.
Look at your shirt.
That's amazing.
Diamond Ladies Classic.
We didn't even
Diamond.
plan this.
It's the
Well,
DLC. It's the
We did.
DLC.
The DLC, yo.
A little karaoke, but on another podcast,
It's fine.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Can we?
right? Yes.
Hi,
Yeah.
girls.
How's
Hi,
things going?
Stacy.
Well, I'm doing a little spring league action this year, so I'm bowling with a couple of my Club 55 seniors, and the lady Pat that I bowl with, every time she gets a strike, she yells and goes, "Happy dance!" So It was a little exciting for me the first 2 games. I pre-bowled my last one, but yeah, I want just to keep me sharp for the Diamond Ladies. I got to do something, right? So
Yeah.
outstanding podcast.
Thank
girl.
you.
And everybody
So
that was
many-
on it tonight, I had it on the computer right behind where I was bowling. So a couple of my seniors checking it out. A couple of the Spring League is mixed between YBC kids and seniors. So everybody's kind of checking it out that didn't know about it. So
Okay, well, thank you
That's
for
amazing.
sharing. That's awesome.
but I thought it was really cool to see, imagine, like, remember when we were rookies, right? And you had this, now you have a platform that you could come on and share some of your views and your opinions. It's kind of neat, right?
Yeah, a little different, right? And we can always, you know, tweak it for upcoming, but it's just exciting to see them. And
I
obviously,
agree.
let's pivot,
Okay.
right? Because you've got a lot to tell us about, and we've missed you, and you've been working through a lot. So we just want to make sure that we give you ample time to talk about what's happening.
So I think, what do you want to put up first, Katie? Let's go.
Doubles.
Oh, guys, girls, this is crazy. We are
Right?
maxed out at 48 entries. So this is the final payout. This is the poster that will go that day. We have about 8 teams that have like a to be determined partner, and we have about 12 people that don't have a shift in, and I'm not sure if they're all going to put a shift in. So it really wasn't a requirement. We'd like them to, but you can't. It wasn't like a must for us, right? So
Yeah.
that's there we are. So
That's
now we just have
incredible.
to, you know, we'll probably have a little, maybe like a little welcome champagne, maybe, Trace.
I mean,
I think
Yeah.
so. I think
Popping
that's what
bottles in the bowling alley?
Charlotte and Sheena really want to, you know, have this little first toast to, you know, to all of us ladies. So hopefully, like, I'm fairly certain that's going to happen. So yeah, so that's the doubles. It's full. Yay!
that's amazing,
Yay.
Stace. Yeah, that's going to be a really, really fun event.
Yeah, tons of fun, right? I mean, and good money out there, but a good time, right? Music playing, you know, maybe drinks flowing.
Yeah.
I don't know 100% if we're going to offer any, you know, appies or any kind of,
Maybe we need like a shot ski.
right?
Have you ever- I just thought of
Everyone
that right
loves a
now.
good
I don't know
shot
where that
ski.
came. I'm just saying, like, okay, just
Wow.
put that in the. I don't know where it came from.
Who's got a shot ski? Somebody tell us.
I'm sure we can track one down. Okay, Canada, who's got a shot ski?
Who's got does Sherwood Bowl have the bowling ball tube shot thing?
Maybe.
Katie?
Anyway, we can talk about that.
But yeah,
Yeah.
anyway, so that's
We'll
a good
track
one.
something down.
I'll write it. I'm writing it down, Trace.
Okay.
Shot ski.
And then, are you ready for the big reveal of the trophy, Stacey?
Woo! Yes.
Hmm.
Oh, it's
There you
small
go.
on here, but
So that will
Diamonds.
be the Diamond Ladies. That will be the trophy for the scratch and also for the POA side for the winner. And then this trophy is the one that will always stay at Toppler. That will be our annual trophy that we'll have engraved with the name plaques of each of the winners. For those of you who live in Calgary who understand that maybe some trophies have gone missing from Toppler, this one will be behind the counter.
I had these look beautiful, Stacy, and I know you spent some time here, right? Trying to pick the trophy. This meant a lot to you, and like what we're doing for the Diamond Ladies Classic.
Yeah. You know, I mean, I've got a really good quality trophies. This is the trophy place that we use here at Toppler for our birthday parties and whatnot that we need for YBC and whatnot. So when I went there, they actually had both of these on site. So I actually got to see them rather than looking at them online. And I made Michaela hold on to them. I should have said that picture, Katie, where she's like holding this trophy and she's like, But that, yeah,
Holding it up.
Beautiful.
Amazing.
That's pretty cool.
And then there's
what's that?
Other than just the bowling,
Wow.
We have,
our
like-
fun event.
our fun event.
At Rendezvous, Pamela Wilson is working for I think it's the Vintage Group, Trace.
Yeah.
Right. So
Yeah.
they own a couple of different bars. Rendezvous is a newer bar at the Marriott Hotel, so it's one of our select hotels. but it's pretty neat in there. They have the Saturday Night Fever dance floor, so all the squares that light up. They have a live band that's every time we've been there's been like outstanding. So I highly recommend coming and just having a good time that night to bring us all together. Spouses included. If
Amazing.
Curtis
Get
Deering
everybody
is
out.
watching, we don't want Curtis Deering to not be included in anything, so he will be included in this part.
So
I'll make sure you have a tattoo for your forehead, Curtis.
Yeah. And then Stacey's about the details, like the RSVP, like tell us a little bit more about why you need that and why it's important.
So we have right now, well, initially Pam had blocked off 20 seats. Pam and I had a miscommunication of dates, and so I thought it was Sunday. It's Saturday. And so when we put it out there and spouses included, it filled up pretty quickly. I think we're at 15 right now. So we made it to 40. If people are interested, just send a Diamond Ladies, whatever, message me on Facebook. It doesn't, however you need to, just to put your name on the list so that we make sure we don't want to take away from Rendezvous. Like, it's a pretty popular place and they fill up quite quickly. Yeah, if you want to get that back to me as soon as possible. June 1st is the deadline, correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
that's what's on the poster, June 1st.
Yeah.
That sounds fun.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's good. We have, I can tell you numbers. Michaela did some numbers for me. So without re-entries in the POA, we're at 23. Their final payout is ready to go, but I won't put it out until until the other side we get that finalized. The scratch without re-entries is at 65, but with
That's
re-entries,
awesome.
the POA is at 28 and the scratch is at 105. And our
Wow.
initial payout right now, we just kind of are basing on 75 to start. But we're working away.
It's amazing.
I got
along.
Rhonda McDougall from BC and Benham Industrial Inc. for coming in this week and or last week and becoming a major sponsor for us with Body
Amazing.
Things. So, Fab Five, always a true, to our hearts sponsor. Gina Mata, another big supporter of both of the Carnage and the Roses, and now a big supporter of the Diamond Ladies. So we couldn't do that without all of them.
Yeah, it's fantastic to just see the support coming in
It's
from all
crazy.
over.
Oh, 5Pin Universe and Carrie Kreitz coming down and being able to put together hopefully some pretty good streaming. I'm not entirely sure what one side of the bowling alley is like. But we'll have good streaming on lanes 1 through 8.
If anyone can figure it out, it's him and
Right?
5PU. So.
True, right?
So, but
Yeah.
big, huge thanks to that. I mean, and a lot of, I have to Cindy and Tim and Mark Miller, the guy is like that run the WCBT events that I could ask 1,000 questions. Because, Tracy and Annette and Sheena and I don't always know all the ins and outs of putting together something like this. So it's those guys have really like held me above water a few days, like of hair pulling ideas.
I think too, like to your point, like we just didn't really know what we didn't know. And Stacey, obviously, if you've just taken this idea and you've just ran with it like a bull, right?
Oh.
So, I mean, I want to thank you from a personal level, like on behalf of the women, just to try and get something on the calendar and make it uniquely different for her and very special, and that it was focused on friendship. Obviously competitiveness, but making sure that we're all having a good time. Take it seriously, but not take it seriously.
Yeah.
Just a weekend getaway, whatever. I mean, men are allowed in the bowling alley. It's not like it's
We
exclusive.
love the support.
Yeah, women's event.
Men.
Yeah, but I agree with you. It does take a lot of people who have some experience and that you needed them to get where we are today, right? So
For sure. I
huge
mean, the
shout out.
two of you, Trace, like you and Katie have been. Katie's like off the charts, so busy with every single thing, and I'm like, hey, Katie, I need 1 minute,
Right.
which turns into an hour. right? But the amount of, messages and stuff I go back and forth between the two of you guys just being like, what about this? What about that? Trying to, obviously I want this to be perfect, girls, and you know me, and most people know me, that's my personality. It's not going to be, and I'm trying to be okay with that right now.
Right.
But it'll be darn close, I swear to God.
Well, and I do think, just like we talked about earlier, like the work that's being done on Open Nationals or any national before this Nationals, there's always huge hiccups that happen.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, people are just looking, to enjoy themselves. And a lot of those, small or big things become small things because we're just living in the moment, and it is what it is. And we're going to probably have some of those moments, but that's okay because we have each other and we're with each other.
Yeah. This really is. Sheena says it all the time, Trace. Like, this is a community.
Yeah.
It's about, like, the support in the community of all of us females and these competitive females and the POA bowlers that get to come in and have these opportunities too that they don't ever get. Because to be honest with you, there's no real strong female-only anything really, but for POA, right? Hindsight, I guess, of Masters, and that's about it. So it's nice for them to feel included. And, Charlotte and Sarah Simmons have done a ton for me as on that side as well, right? So It's the one thing I can say. We put it out there, and I don't know how many people are. The Diamond Ladies page on Facebook is private, so we can't share anything. I mean, Katie and I tried everything, we can't. But
we're working on it. So we'll focus on, if there's important messages, we'll put them on the
Yes.
5PU page so that they can get shared outside of that group too.
So it'd be nice, for any of the ladies out there watching to please, send me pictures. It doesn't have to be recent. It can be older, because what we're going to try and do is put some kind of a website together that we can show some different pictures off. I can pull them off myself, but that's really a lot of time consuming. And I'd rather, well, if somebody wants to help me do it, they can do that too. But I have to go to YBC Nationals next week, so I'm out of commission for a week there too. But I want to put together something, even if we print them out and we post them all over Toppler for people to see, right?
We can make coasters out of them.
Yeah, just something, right? I'd like to have a lot of pictures. John Simmons sent me about 20 years.
Beer coasters.
Yeah.
We could also make tattoos, Katie.
I know a great tattoo shop that you can get wow tattoos, no matter what, and they're a hit at banquets.
Love it.
Yeah. So that's it, girls. Thank you for always giving us this opportunity.
Yeah, thank
Super
you for
excited.
sharing everything.
Can't wait for the event. Congratulations on all the hard work. I know it's been hard work. But it's going to be fantastic.
Thanks, girls. I couldn't do this with all of you guys, so
yeah. Well,
looking forward to it.
Thank you so much.
Send me your pictures. Send my pictures.
Bye,
Send a picture.
Bye.
Wow.
Wow. 1 hour and 18 minutes. That's not like us because we like
We're pretty close.
We're not
pretty
bad.
close.
Yeah.
We have just one other thing. Baseball.
I know. I just want to talk about baseball because I know Curtis is probably either listening or he's going to watch, and I've been obsessive about winning, like literally winning and being on top of things and learning for this fantasy baseball thing that Dexter created for us, and he's created a monster.
I need to start actually learning a little bit more about it, I think, because my strategy of just it'll be fine is clearly not working, as I am at the bottom of the standings right now.
You're not too bad, and it's a long season.
It is a long season, yeah.
What surprises me the most maybe is, some of us had no idea about baseball. The one that surprises me the most.
Say it on the count of three.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Tyler.
And I know you guys are out there, but yeah, so Tyler, I don't know what his formula is, but it's starting to really get under my skin.
Yeah.
He crushed me last week.
He comes to bowling every Thursday and he's just like, I beat this person this week. I beat this person. He's just.
Anyways, it's been fun, and I just wanted to kind of give an update on it because I know we did the podcast on it, and Dexter, included us, the boys included us into it, and I'm just having fun with it. I'm really
Yeah.
enjoying it.
I need life to settle so that I can
Yeah.
really focus in on it.
You
And then like
you're
a
not that
phoenix, I
bad.
will rise from the ashes.
You're 8, 20, and 2.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, you've got there's room. You can Tyler, I think it was 9-1 last week. Or
Yeah.
Tyler beat me 9-1. So I lost a lot last week.
Yeah.
Anyways, it's been fun, guys. I just wanted to share that with you.
Yeah. It'll be fun to follow it through the summer and through the season, and then see
Yeah.
which one of those boys is going to have to do some kind of punishment at the end.
Yeah, that's not.
As long as it's not us.
It's not us. Anyways, you've got some
Not
work
us.
to do.
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, it's been awesome. Great podcast tonight, Katie. Thank you.
Yeah, you too. Our next podcast, like we said at the beginning, is going to be a 1 week pushed back. Just we have the Edmonton 5-Pin AGM on our usual scheduled date, so May 24th is going to be our next podcast. We already have some
Yeah.
great people lined up.
Yeah, we've already secured the podcast.
Yeah, we're another month. No, we don't have
Yeah.
to sit there and plan last
And
minute.
we're not telling you about it because we've been working on that for a little while as well. Well over a month for that May
Yeah.
podcast. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
good planning. We're planners.
It'll be a good show. So make sure you come back and see us May 24th. The boys will be on the next couple weeks in the meantime, and hope everyone has a great month.
Yeah. Happiness to everyone. See you later.
Oh, I forget what to press at the end. Oh no.
I'll say it
we're so
again. Bye,
close.
everyone.
There we go. There we go. Bye, guys.